Hey there, I'm Joe Neerman, but people call me GoodLawgic. That's because I'm a New York lawyer. I try to approach things logically. It's more likely because I also have a YouTube channel that's called GoodLawgic. You're watching Attorney Reacts, and we are going to watch The Legend of Jeff.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
That is the perfect opening question. The first thing you want to do when you're interrogated by police is find out whether you are under arrest, whether you are being detained. Given proper circumstances, the police obviously have a right to detain you, but it's important to establish the parameters of your relationship with the police officers before they begin interrogating you. Find out whether you are free to go. If you're under arrest and you're not free to go, you're being detained. In that case, they have to issue Miranda warnings. If you're not under arrest, then you should get up and walk out. Jeff knows this, and that's part of what makes him a legend.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll explain everything.
I'm under arrest for robbery.
That's also a great question to follow up here as to finding out why you're under arrest. Once a police officer answers in the affirmative that you are under arrest, it's important to know what the charges are.
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay? And then I'll explain it all to you. Is that okay? Let me do that real fast. All right, Jeff. Can you read with me? Just read in your head, okay? Before we ask you questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you? Does that make sense? Do you understand your rights?
He's not answering.
Do you understand your rights, Jeff?
He has a right. No? He has a right to remain silent.
Do you understand what I read?
He's exercising his rights.
Do you comprehend what I read you?
Oh, that's so legendary.
Jeff, I'm just here to talk to you and figure out what happened and move you on out of here, at least some of it. So do you understand the rights I read to you?
He doesn't have to answer. He has a right to remain silent. That's great.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
This is Jeff. Jeff is a heroin addict and has been for the last 14 years. He is 6'5", weighs 153 pounds, and has now found himself in the unfortunate circumstance of being charged with armed robbery.
6'5", 150 pounds. Wow. That boy is rail thin.
This is in the state of Georgia, so if found guilty, they will render him the minimum term of 10 years without parole, up to the maximum term of life in prison.
Jeff, do you understand your rights? Yes or no?
I love this.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk.
Okay.
Someone who's under arrest after they read the Miranda warnings indicates a desire to remain silent. The police are no longer allowed to ask him questions. Now, I see that we're at 2.5 hours later. Presumably, he has not been released and rearrested. He went back to his cell. Now it's 2.5 hours later. Once he makes a clear statement that he does not wish to be questioned, that he wants to exercise his right to remain silent, the police are not allowed to question him any further. And any evidence or admissions that he gets, which helps lead them toward further evidence, would be considered fruit of the poisonous tree and should be excluded. When someone who's arrested asks to go back to his cell, that is arguably a statement to the police that they wish to remain silent. But it has to be a dispositive statement. And it's possible that a court of law would agree with an aggressive district attorney that that's not a clear statement that they wish to remain silent. So you would see, if he does end up opening up his mouth later on, you would see a fight between the DA and his attorney as to whether or not any statements he says afterwards would be considered admissible, or whether it's fruit of the poisonous tree. It's an admission that he's made under coercion after expressing that he wants to exercise his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
You want a Coke? Yeah. You gonna be able to pop it open, or you need me to?
Oh, it's heroin. Okay.
You need methadone? I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? What do you need methadone for?
Cause I'm a fucking junkie, and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
I don't get it. I get heroin.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time. Obviously, I didn't commit no armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't
not
have
keep
nothing.
up
I
the
don't
ante.
talk to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to. Man.
How? I don't talk to
You're
the
sitting
police.
here. Okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how
I know
it
you
works.
have. I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to get me. Or you're
no,
trying
I'm
to,
not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some stupid ass confession, and you're not gonna get one.
Jeff, I'm
Now, let me tell you something. His instinct on this is spot on. The police in this circumstance are definitely not your friend. When they come there and say, the first thing you want is get a lawyer. Get a lawyer. You can, if you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you. That's part of the Miranda rights that they read off to him, that in this edition of the video, they blurred past it. So yeah, you do not want to be talking to the police here and volunteering anything at all. And his gut instinct saying, this is you don't have much. You want to get a confession on me because you don't have much. And he's sitting here saying, the best thing for you to is open up. Oh yeah, also the police in this circumstance, they're just best friends. That's their goal. Their goal is to try to find ways to help a poor guy out in this circumstance.
not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not trying to
nothing.
get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I said, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find
Hang on.
nothing. What's
Let
up?
me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not gonna sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay.
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it. Let me read it.
You already read it to me earlier.
I know we did, but I'm going to read it to you again.
Thanks for the coat.
You're welcome. Before we ask any questions, you must understand what
That's why he did this. That's why he came back. He's like, all right, let's talk. Give me a Coke. I'll talk. I think he just wanted the drink. I think he's just there for the Coke. He's like, I'm not giving you nothing. Thanks for the Coke. So good.
your rights are. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand the rights I've explained to you?
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to
He
you.
just told you.
All right.
Oh,
This is what I don't understand.
that's it. End of story. Stop the interrogation there. Anything they get out of him. He said he wants a lawyer. That's it. End of story.
What happened last night? Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm ignoring you.
Yep.
All right.
I want a lawyer.
This is
I
what I
told
don't
you this,
understand.
I told you.
That's the end of the interrogation. They cannot get anything more out of him. That's an express request, which is built into an implication that he said, I don't want to talk to you. I want a lawyer. That's expressing that he wants to exercise his Fifth Amendment rights. And this cop here at this point is really out of line.
I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What
'Cause
changed?
I
Just in the
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
you didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I
But-
just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you asked for an
Well,
attorney.
lawyer.
So okay, that's fine. But
What-
I will tell
what's-
you right now,
What's your point there, Officer Baldy? I don't understand this. I don't get it. He lawyered up. He's like, well, now you cut me off. I can't talk to you anymore. Okay, so bring it back to his cell.
still on hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So wham bam, thank you for the coat. Put me back in the cell.
Oh! Wham bam. Thank you for the coke. Put me back in my cell. And he's right. He's right. They keep talking to him because why are they talking to him? If they have all the evidence, they're not looking to give him a break and have him come. If they have the evidence they need, they're not looking to say, oh, let's cut you some slack here. No, they're trying to build a case and they want him to build one for himself. And he wisely said, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer.
What's that?
Just my phone. All right. I know we did this twice, but I got to do it again every time, okay?
What's happening
If we're asking
now?
you questions, I got to read your rights.
No.
Understand that?
This is wrong. This is wrong. You can't bring him back in here and say we're going to start interrogating you the third time. This is way out of line. This is wrong. This is a different cop. I don't care. The cops are able to talk to each other. He expresses it to one cop. That's expressing it to the state. He doesn't have to express it over and over again.
Go ahead and sign there. Take your F off.
Look, I'm not signing nothing.
Okay, you don't have to sign anything. You understand your rights, though, right?
Yeah.
That's all I need. A verbal yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
When's this coke gonna be here? Or is that just a fairy tale?
It's coming. He's getting there right now. He'll be here in about 2 minutes. Just watch the sewing machine. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But
This is just wrong. This bothers me. This bothers me. Like that they're still questioning him after he said he doesn't want to talk and he wants a lawyer. He made it express, clear that he's exercising his Fifth Amendment rights. This is just out of line.
you know, if you're saying you didn't do it,
And they know he's
give me
crashing.
your side of the story.
They know he's crashing from his heroin addiction
Okay, well, give me your side of the story.
and just twisting him.
You got to convince me because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that? I mean, you haven't been helpful to me at all.
You don't, because I don't believe that you got any evidence.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name it.
What's that?
Name
Well, why do I need to do that?
it.
You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth.
This is crooked.
I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something.
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell you.
Here you go. Yeah, he was listening. He heard you. He understood you when you read him his rights.
There's no way. I didn't do it. There's no way.
How drunk were you? Were you drunk?
No, I was pretty sober.
Anything he says here should be thrown out of court as fruit of the poison industry. You cannot breach his constitutional rights and then try and use whatever gains you had from that. So whatever level of drunkenness he had, he was, any information he's providing here and now, I would be screaming on his behalf saying that can't come in.
I'm done, man. This. The only reason I came up here is to get a coke.
I got things to do.
Butterfinger, you probably.
I didn't promise you that. I said we'd see what happens. All right. Like I said, you didn't help me
So
out at
good.
all. Why should I help you?
Jeff was released from custody just under 12 hours later. One legend has it that Jeff got clean soon after his release and now works in the corporate marketing team for Coca-Cola, while another states that he was picked up the day after for the same charge and is now facing down a 15-year sentence in Georgia State Prison.
I still can't get over how he was able to hold up that well while he was crashing from heroin withdrawal. It makes me think that he really was innocent. But then according to some people, he's picked up the next day and he ends up serving a 15-year sentence, which makes you think maybe he did do it. So I'm curious about your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Do you think he did it? Do you think he's innocent? Do cops like that make you as mad as they make me? Or is that just a lawyer thing? I really want to hear your thoughts. I check all the comments, so please make sure you drop a comment and make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, do all that great stuff to feed the algorithm, and I will see you next time Attorney Reacts.
Big verdict.